Tate. Live in the building, man. Live in the building. Know It All's podcast to know more. Unscripted, unscheduled, breaking news show for the Know It All's podcast. Mike McCarthy, Adam Schefter, ESPN reporter, who is probably the most reliable source out there in football, just broke less than 5 minutes ago that Mike McCarthy will be named head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. This is a breaking news rant reaction from me and Tate Boy Fresh. You know how we get down over here on the Know It All's podcast channel. We're all Steelers Nation all day, every day. Tate, man, what's happening, man? And we got to get to this thing, man. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Just sitting here, man, and got some text messages from you. You let everybody know in every thread we in. From the new homie, you checked her out Wednesday. Devin sent me a text with Adam Schefter's tweet. I was like, "Oh hell no!" that was my instant reaction in the chat thread. You just had a big N with an infinite number of letter O's behind it. Like no. So I don't know, man. I don't understand the direction, what they doing. I mean, there got to be a play to bring Aaron Rodgers back. My immediate thoughts are, if that's the play, then the Steelers, with Mike Tomlin obviously out the building, have relinquished like that power to Aaron Rodgers. If they want Aaron Rodgers back so bad, they willing to hire a 62-year-old coach, and we're not going in direction to the future. I mean, Mike McCarthy to me is the same guy same guy Mike Tomlin is, but he's not quite the motivator.
Jesus. This is horrible. This is freaking horrible. Why did we fire Mike Tomlin, Tate? I mean, I'm sitting up here and just getting mad not fire Tomlin. Move on from Tomlin. You just replaced him with the same freaking guy. McCarthy is 11-11 in the freaking playoffs. McCarthy don't win. He ain't won a Super Bowl since 2010. His last stop with the Dallas Cowboys, he freaking sucked.
The last time Mike Tomlin made it to Super Bowl.
Yes.
Mike Tomlin probably should have won that Super Bowl if it wasn't for Rashard Mendenhall.
Facts. Mike McCarthy has done absolutely nothing.
He had a couple, like 3 12-5 seasons in a row, but I believe they were one and done too.
Bro,
they could have won one playoff game during that stretch.
What? This Tate, you just said it. One playoff game? One. Now listen, y'all, we on the Know It All's podcast. You know how it goes. Make sure that if you want to get your comment, your rant up, if you're a member, we'll acknowledge the members here in a minute because we got a lot of people in here. Steeler Lee's up here. Reginald Rivers is in here. Afton is in here. We got a lot of people in here. So if you want to get your comment or your rant up, make sure you super chat and or subscriptions is wide open on the Know It All's podcast channel. Because Tate, I got a feeling we're going to be moving furniture around for about 3-4 weeks in a row. This is unbelievable, bro. This is, in my opinion, malpractice. This is malpractice. There is absolutely no way in hell you hire this guy with at least not doing an in-person interview with all the rest of the coaches that's out there. Scalise, Shula, you're not, Weaver, you're not doing, the only guys you interviewed in person was Brian Flores and him, and now you move on it? Hey, Tate, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Omar Khan, you know how coaches hitch their wagons to quarterbacks? Omar Khan just hitched his wagon to Mike McCarthy. Omar Khan gonna get fired, bro. Omar Khan is gonna get fired.
He couldn't have done this without the okay of Mr. Rooney, though. I mean, it's a collective.
Bro, but Tate, but we know that Omar Khan has a relationship with McCarthy all the way back to the New Orleans Saints days. Right?
But Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah, but it's malpractice. So what? He's from Pittsburgh. So what, Mike McCarthy is from Pittsburgh.
I'm not saying there's a good reason for it. I'm telling you what the reasons are.
This is total malpractice. This is NFL malpractice 101, dog. This is NFL malpractice 101. The Rooneys need to sell the team. The Rooney, dog, I'm telling you, and that might be an early flaming reaction, but there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. At best, he's going to coach 2 years. At best, he's going to coach 2 years, dog. At best. This absolutely means that we're running it back with Aaron Rodgers.
The only thing that could come good out of this, and nothing can come good out of it, right? But the only thing I can see is potential. To me, it tells me they're trying to win now. Still,
with who?
Right?
With who?
I'm just saying they have a decent roster, but if you make that coaching move, you're not trying to let a young guy learn and then go from there.
Nope.
To me, I'm saying what the thought is. I ain't saying this was going to happen. I think Mike McCarthy comes in. You bring Aaron Rodgers back. The only way this looks even decent for Mr. Rooney and Omar Khan is if they can get Shieldhouse to be the offensive coordinator and be the coach in waiting. That's the only thing that could possibly good. And it's not good at all, but that's the only thing good that could come out of it.
So I heard today also, just a few minutes ago, breaking news, that Kubiak took his name out of all the stuff. So could this be because there's ties from McCarthy to Kubiak? So could this be that Kubiak comes with McCarthy? Could this be
as a coach in waiting?
Yeah.
Well, if they have a person with no experience they really like, and they bring that guy along under McCarthy, let McCarthy steer the ship, kind of be a voice in the room with experience, get Aaron Rodgers one more year. McCarthy has done well developing quarterbacks in his past. You know, he had Brett Favre. Brett Favre kind of fell off when he got his hands on Brett Favre. I believe it was like towards the end, and Brett Favre got an MVP like early 2000s right around the time they drafted Aaron Rodgers, maybe a little before they drafted Aaron Rodgers. So he was on the staff, groomed Aaron Rodgers, took over as head coach. We know what Aaron Rodgers' career was in Green Bay. Had good seasons with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. Dak Prescott had his best season 2 years ago under Mike McCarthy, second MVP voting. So he has a good history with quarterbacks. Maybe they make a move at the quarterback. Maybe they see something. But if they bring in Kubiak, they bring in Shieldhouse to be under McCarthy, that's the only way it even looks remotely. Doesn't make sense to me at all. But that's the only way they can get a pass even.
Bro, I mean, those are good points that you brought up, but I don't see it, bro. I mean, like I said, at best, McCarthy is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers for 2 seasons. This absolutely tells me 100% that Aaron Rodgers is running it back in next season. This absolutely tells me 100% he's coming back. Absolutely. And so a lot of the old guys that we need to get out of the room. But you know what, though, bro? It's our own fault. It's our own fault because we didn't listen to Art the third or Art second or whatever the hell Art Rooney is. We didn't listen to him. He said at his press conference he was looking for a coach that was going to create roster stability. He didn't want to get rid of nobody. He wanted to just be able to he basically told us he wanted to run it back. And this fool done did it.
He alluded to that when he said he was ready to bring Tomlin back, which to me, Mike Tomlin stepped down, which to me tells me that it's the truth that Tomlin stepped down. They didn't pressure him out because he went to another old coach, right?
Facts.
And to me, what he did say was key. What he did opposite of what he said, one of the key things he said he wanted in the coach and what he believed in was leadership, the ability to stand in front of this team every day, those men every day, and motivate them and get them to go out there and play. That's what you had in Mike Tomlin. That's what you don't have in Mike McCarthy.
So what? Tate, I'm trying my best not to go nuclear. I am really trying my best not to just go off. I mean, when I'm telling you there's a volcano erupting inside of me right now, it's taking everything in my power to hold back from just losing it. Because this makes absolutely no freaking sense. Mike McCarthy is not a leader of men. Mike McCarthy is not a leader. I don't care what the hell nobody says. He's not a leader of men. He can't do that.
Say it one more time, Big G.
Mike McCarthy is not a leader of men. He's not.
Jack.
He's not a leader of men. He's not a leader of men, bro. It's unbelievable. All he is an X and O coach that knows a little bit, but the game has passed him by. He's super old, dog. He's super old. The game, he doesn't even understand how to really run the game anymore. He doesn't know how to do it.
He's 10 years older than Mike Tomlin. We brought an old great coach back last year. Not we the Steelers, we the NFL. Brought a great old coach back last year that had won Super Bowl by the name of Pete Carroll. Went to the LA Raiders, well, Las Vegas Raiders, the LV Raiders. What did he do?
Trash.
They said, come on, Pete, man. You can go ahead and get off that Social Security for a minute, get a check for a year. At the end of the year, Pete, go back and get your Social Security. And I can see more of the same coming. If anybody thought it was going to be bad, and I'm still rooting for the Steelers, rooting for Mike McCarthy as a coach now, not who I wanted, but I could see it not being good, Big G. I mean, but you know what? I've been saying all along, be careful. You might get what you're asking for. You got to change, but how much of change did you really get? You got a less of a motivator of men. I don't know what this looks like. It's telling me that they don't want to lose. They don't want to give a young coach time to take his lumps.
Yeah.
So hopefully they bring somebody along to be an offensive coordinator and a young guy to be in waiting. That's all I can hope for.
Tate, this is the killer part about it, bro. And I'm just going to be clear, okay? If they hire McCarthy and they allow him to hire Raheem Morris and Scalise, how much of a malpractice it was for, then again, Mike Tomlin, because they're going to have to spend money to get those guys. They're going to have to spend a lot of money to get those guys.
Yeah.
So if you hire a coach in waiting, Mike Tomlin was never afforded that ability to be able to hire a decent. Bruce Arians was the last damn coach he had that was worth a nickel. He's the last coach he had. They were always cheap.
I was reading some this past week that Mike Tomlin didn't have as much influence on his own staff as everybody seems to think.
Correct.
Like that was coming from the top. Some of those coaches put in there and stuff.
Correct. Still elite for the $1.99. The Pittsburgh freaking Packers. Absolutely. That's big trash. Big trash. The Pittsburgh old as hell freaking Packers. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Aaron Rodgers, they're going to run it back with Aaron Rodgers at 43 years old. They're going to run it back with a 62-year-old coach, and you're going to have to pay to get one of those, to get like a Raheem Morris from a defensive coordinator standpoint, or to get like the Scalise guy, the Shieldhouse, or whatever the hell his damn name is. They're going to have to pay money to get this dude, bro. This is total malpractice of the Steelers. This is malpractice.
Hey man, maybe somebody got a hold of Adam Schefter's Twitter account and hacked it. Let's hope.
There's no hope. This ain't hope. This ain't help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This ain't help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This ain't it, bro. This is unbelievable. This is dog. We're gonna suck. I mean, let's be clear. There's Adam Schefter direct quote. We are going to be horrible, bro. We're going to be horrible. You're going to run it back with a 43-year-old quarterback and a coach that the game has passed by. You know what else this tells me? TJ Watt ain't going nowhere. This tells me Cam Hayward ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, this tells me Jalen Ramsey ain't going nowhere. Patrick Queen ain't going nowhere. Jonnu Smith might not be going no damn where. They're going to use all the free agent money that they have. Because remember, they're top 10 free agent dollars. They're going to use all of that money to try to re-sign the team. What in the hell? What in the hell, bro? What in the hell? Still elite for the $4.99, man. We could have had young, innovative coaches. They scared of being modern. Facts. They are. Art Rooney, you need to sell the team today. Art Rooney, you need to sell the team. It's malpractice. Total malpractice, bro. And for all you Yenzies that was out there calling out Mike Tomlin, y'all better be on Art Rooney's neck. Y'all better be on Art Rooney's neck because now take what it's starting to look like. Art Rooney is the problem. Remember, we called that out about 3-4 months ago. We said that Art Rooney was enabling Mike Tomlin. Now we're actually seeing who's the issue. Art Rooney III is the issue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Tate. This is ridiculous.
He pulling them strings.
Ridiculous.
For sure. Pulling them strings.
My God, man, I can't believe this. I can't believe it, bro. We're going to suck. We're going to suck.
We're going to suck.
We're going to suck. I mean, I'm telling you right now, bro, we're going to suck. We are going to be horrible. For we have 2 years and what at best, 10-7, 9-8. Well, why the hell did you get rid of Tomlin? If you're going to run it back, and all you Yinzies, you got your wish. I want to call y'all something bad, boy. Ooh, I want to say something bad, but it's gonna get us kicked off the damn live air, boy. I want to say something so bad to you Yinzies, all you Yinzies, fire Tomlin for whatever motivation you had. You dummies, you're stupid. Fire Tomlin, and you got freaking McCarthy. Stop this. Stop it, man. It was Art Rooney's issue, man. And we called it out, and nobody rolled with us, bro. Nobody rolled with us when we called it out. Nobody. They said we got called to say that we were pro-black and this, that, and that. No, hell no. That ain't the issue. The issue is the dumbass owner. Art Rooney III is stupid.
I think Art Rooney's a good owner in way of stability from a business perspective, a brand perspective. But the football moves, I don't think that's him. I don't think that's his strong suit.
Dog, if you're in the business of football and you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're not a good owner.
Well, no. If you're in the business of football, you don't know what you're doing, then you need to at least know for the business. I need to stay out of football.
And Tim Lyons, I hardly, man. Sometimes you don't make sense to me. You get put in the matrix, but absolutely, Tim Lyons, he blames y'all, but he called to fire Mike Tomlin many times too. Yeah, this is Art Rooney pushing his blame off on another direction.
I think Tim talking about you.
Tim ain't talking about me. You done lost your damn mind.
What the comments say?
That was about the agency and organization. What BGS say?
I didn't hear the agency say fire Tomlin.
Oh no, the fans was talking about fire Tomlin. Said at least Mike is offensive minded. Tomlin was defensive minded. No, it's the same damn coach. It's the same coach. Still a lead man for the $1.99. When Dan Rooney passed, the Steelers died too. Hey, man, that could be facts, dog. That could be facts. Dan Rooney the third, man, if you don't get your ass in that room, man, if you don't with the quickness, if you don't get over in there and start doing what you need to do to fix this, man, I mean, with the quickness, because Art don't have a damn clue. He don't have a clue, Tate. He does not have a clue.
I'm with you, not against you, man. Let's go ahead, or you keep going. I got to get ready to wrap up. I told you I had something to do. This is breaking news. Was sprung on us. Matter of fact, I got to hit my breaker. My power in this room is off. I look like I'm in the dark. My computer and my ring light running off the battery juice it already had, so I'm going to end up powering out. But
all right, I got you. I'm gonna go for probably about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm out of here, man. Just so I don't go off for the rest of the damn day. But I'm probably gonna be in another rant somewhere because I already had 7 people contact me talking about let's go. So man, I'll be somewhere else, but I'm gonna do it on the know-it-alls first, man.
I got something real quick before I get out of here. Check out. It's gonna be posted here in probably the next half hour. We still gonna need some weapons. I got a little 2-minute thought, about 2-3 minutes. Check it out. Why not Steelers? Why not try and pick up Keon Coleman or Brandon Ayuk for the cheap? Take a risk at talent. Go ahead, listen to that. Hit like, subscribe. Get a membership if you can. Buy a custom emoji. Know It All's channel. Rock with us. Certainly appreciate everybody. And for myself, because I'm out, Big G, finish it up. Bring it home. In the stream when you're done. Holla at you guys. Steeler Nation for life still. Peace from me. I'm out.
Peace. Tim Lyons, man, thank you for the $2. Tim said Big G needs a hug. Hell, I need more than a damn hug. I need more than a damn hug, Tim Lyons. I need a lot. Listen, man, I've been off the wagon for a long time. And today, a player might be facing the wagon again. It is unbelievable. It is literally unbelievable. Unbelievable that the Pittsburgh Steelers have put themselves in position to mess around and hire Mike McCarthy as the head football coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand it. I don't care. I hear what Tate said about it. If we get a young replacement, Shieldhouse, or he comes in, or we got Raheem Morris as the replacement, but it ain't gonna work. I'm telling y'all right now, Omar Khan has hitched his wagons to Mike McCarthy. Omar Khan's gonna get fired. Omar Khan is going to be let go within 2 years of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's going to be let go. He just hitched his wagons. It's just like a head coach hitching their wagons to a quarterback. You just had a general manager hitch his wagons to a coach. That is big facts, Craig. That is big facts, Craig. Craig said, that means Omar signed off on it too. He needs to go. Yeah, so wait a minute. Big G, I said you apply for the coaching job. No, they ain't going to hire me. They ain't going to hire me. Because you know why? Because I make sense. And they make absolutely no damn sense. Absolutely no damn sense. They make 0 sense. Zero. What is the purpose, or what was the reasoning for getting rid of Mike Tomlin? You cannot justify, you can't clean it up, there's no logical means that makes sense of why the Pittsburgh Steelers got rid of Mike Tomlin if the alternative was to hire Mike McCarthy. There is no reason. You can't tie logic in this at all. You can't tie reasoning in this at all. You can't tie facts in this at all. It makes total illogical sense. Total illogical sense. Mike McCarthy is Mike Tomlin. Y'all called Mike Tomlin mediocre Mike. Well, who's actually entered the building was mediocre Mike. Mediocre McCarthy. McCarthy freaking sucks. And the one thing that Mike Tomlin did that McCarthy doesn't do is Mike Tomlin is a leader of men. Mike McCarthy's not. Mike McCarthy shrinks in locker rooms. Mike McCarthy don't like it when players get in his face and say, dog, you freaking suck. He don't like that. So why did you even hire him? Claude for the $2. The Steelers just upgraded, and you know it. Hell no, Claude, we didn't upgrade. We took 4 steps backwards. Claude, I'm about to put your ass in the Matrix. I'm about to put you in the Matrix, Claude. We took 4 steps backwards. 4 steps backwards for this guy? This bum? Come on, man. Come on. It makes no sense. But like I said, and I'm going to continue to say, Rooney told us, and including me, didn't believe it. We didn't believe it. We didn't believe it. We didn't believe it. Rooney told us, I'm interested in franchise stability. I'm interested of retaining the current roster. I'm interested. And all of us was like, no, what are you talking about? Let's get a new coach. Let's get innovative. Let's bring in new offensive schemes. Let's do, and sure enough. And the malpractice part of it is that they didn't even interview everybody. That's the malpractice of it. They didn't do in-face interviews with all the rest of these candidates. If I was Shieldhouse or whatever, Shieldhouse, I would tell Pittsburgh, hell to the no about being your OC. You played me. You played me. If I was Shula, I'd be like, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not that desperate. No, thank you. I am with a team that's going on the verge to go to the Super Bowl. I am with the Rams. A team that's going to go to the Super Bowl. And you're going to play me second fiddle? That don't only screws you now. That screws you for up the road. Because McCarthy ain't going to be there but for 2 years. If that. Hell, he might get fired right away. What he said, gee, Rooney is rich and old. He doesn't care. Previous Rooney cared hard. We're screwed. Facts, Turk. Facts. Fact. Mott, I don't give a damn if he is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It don't matter. It don't matter. Right? Had to be careful what you wish for. You wish Tomlin away, now look what you got. That is big facts. That is big facts. Let's get rid of Tomlin. It was time to go, but not in this direction. I'm not going to start being a Tomlin apologist on the back side of it. It was time for Mike Tomlin to leave the organization. It was time for Mike Tomlin to go. It was. But to get Mike McCarthy? What in the hell do you mean? To get McCarthy? You traded Mike Tomlin in for Mike McCarthy. Are you freaking serious? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Tomlin had enough, Craig. He had enough. Yeah. Hey, Tim, something's fishy, G. Flores signed that DC contract after interviewing with the Steelers. Rodgers got McCarthy hired. Tate said it already. They turned the power of the organization over to a 43-year-old quarterback. Omar Khan, the owner, signed off on this dude because it's what Aaron Rodgers wanted. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. No doubt. Man, I promise you they're not going to draft Ty Simpson. If they're going to run it back with Aaron Rodgers, there's no way in hell they're going to draft Ty Simpson. Maybe in the second round or the third round, if he's there in the second or third round. But this is a quarterback empty draft. So Ty Simpson is probably automatically going to push into the top 10 picks. If you don't believe me, go check out my new show over there on Steelers Almighty, man, The Draft Lab. We talked about it in depth. Matter of fact, we talked about this being a doomsday scenario. We talked about this being a doomsday scenario. They have literally pushed. This is equivalent. Let's be clear, Yenzies. Let's be perfectly clear. This is equivalent to drafting a quarterback in the first round. It's a bust. He set your organization back 5 years. When you draft a quarterback in the first round that is a bust, he sets your organization back 5 years. Y'all, I help you understand, Kenny Pickett. We set back 5 years. Now we're going to hire a trash coach. He's about to set us back 5 years. From actually going forward to be able to put a plan in place to be able to contend in 27 and 28. Now we've kicked the can down the line and we're somewhere around 30 and 31. Now we're around the years of 2030 or 2031. You can't, because they're not going to draft a quarterback for 2 years. They're not going to do it. Yeah, facts. There's a lot of Steelers fans that are saying they're done. And Art Rooney, it's your fault. This is unreal. That's facts. Craig, listen, Craig, you ain't there. You ain't by yourself. You ain't by yourself. This totally means Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Clifford, it totally means it. It totally means it. Tim, it doesn't matter if we get better draft picks. McCarthy is not a leader of men. And you know what they're going to do now? Oh, my God, I can already tell you what they're going to do. Now, where my G. Stradamus sign? I can already see it. What they're going to do is they're going to take these draft picks and they're going to trade them for veterans. G. Stradamus, I'm calling it right now. We got 12 draft picks, I'm telling you right now, versus us getting off of bad contracts, old wily veterans, players that have gotten long in the tooth. What they're going to do now is take the free agency money and the draft capital, and they're going to trade them for older players. They're going to trade them for players that you can come in and surround Aaron Rodgers with to try to make a push to win one championship. I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. I can already see it. I'm telling you, G. Stradamus, all you Yenzies, I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. They're going to take those 12 draft picks and that free agent money that they have, and they're going to go all in and surround themselves with Aaron Rodgers. They're going to go all in. Yeah, man, listen, G93209, I ain't never been this close. Tim Lyons, you know we don't never agree. But we agree right now that's 100% correct. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take 12 picks. They're going to take the free agency money that we have, and they're going to try to build a team around Rodgers. They're going to build a team around at all costs. At all costs, they're going to build a team around a 43-year-old washed quarterback that doesn't want to stand in the pocket and don't want to check down and don't want to throw the ball across the middle of the field. Turk, man, thanks for becoming a new member, man. We appreciate it. All memberships are wide open. Make sure you check out the different tiers, the different content on the membership side of the Know It Alls podcast channel. You got special emojis. You got backstage content that you won't get no other place. That's what you can get on the Know It Alls podcast channel. So thank you, man, for becoming a member, man. Thank you. Wagner says, I've been a fan since 1972. What are our... Correct. What are we supposed to do? How am I freaking flip-flopping? How am I You tell me. I'm not flip-flopping. Dog, I never one time said I wanted Mike McCarthy ever. Ever. I've been saying Shula since before Tomlin was even walked out the building. And you go and get this diabolical Mike McCarthy. Cliff, man, thanks for becoming a YouTube member, man. We appreciate you, bro. Thanks for rocking with us over here on the Know It Alls podcast channel, man. This is a bad way for me to have to come deal with y'all. Come deal with y'all, man. It's a bad way because it's bad. There ain't no flip-flopping here, man. None. Mike McCarthy is a terrible coach. I can't not name one time I ever said, oh, I want Mike McCarthy. Never. Never. The organization sucks. The organization sucks for this move, man. Next shoe to drop, Aaron Rodgers signed back. I called you. I called it. I'm telling you, we're running it back. I'm telling you right now, they're going to use the money that they just used, the money that they have in free agency. They have top 10 available dollars. If you would have just cut Patrick Queen and restructured Jalen Ramsey, you would have been top 3 money available for free agent to be able to sign players. You could have traded TJ Watt and got 2 more picks. Now you would have had top 3 money and 14 picks. They're not going to do none of that. They're going to use every dollar that they have, to re-sign the guys that they have and use that draft capital and the remaining dollars to bring in wily old veterans to try to run it back and get Aaron Rodgers a championship. Right. I've been a fan since 1975. This got to stop. Vic said, hey, man, I've been yelling Shula since it started. I never wanted Mike McCarthy. Never. Anybody that's been watching me on this channel? Never. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers will hold up the Steelers. Yes, that's facts. That's facts. Aaron Rodgers is he's gonna hold the Steelers hostage. We're not gonna know until about May going on to June if Rodgers is gonna play football next year. We're not gonna know because he doesn't want to really be in Pittsburgh. He wants to be out in California. So his card is to hold on to power. His power is I'll hold him in limbo. So that's going to mess up everything. And you really can't build a franchise by doing that. If you don't know who your quarterback is, how in the hell do you build a franchise? Diabolical. Yes, Rodgers is coming back, Roland. Yes, he's coming back. We're saying Shula all the way. Yeah, because, yes, facts. All about people talking about I flip. Get out of here. Hey, listen, I ain't mad. I've already called for it. Art Rooney III needs to sell the team. This is malpractice from Art Rooney III. This is malpractice. Malpractice for him. How do you hire a coach and you don't bring in, you have in-person interviews scheduled. Let's be clear. I'm not making this up. There's already in-person interviews scheduled with Anthony Weaver. You interviewed Brian Flores. You had Shula on the table. You had Shieldhouse on the table. In person, like they were going to fly him in and interview him. And you say, oh, no, we're good. We're going to hire McCarthy. What? What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Malpractice, man. Total malpractice. Total malpractice. It's the worst I've ever seen. It's matter of fact, this is probably the worst move I've seen from a coaching standpoint in 20 years. This is probably the worst move, and I'll repeat it, the worst move I've seen from a coaching standpoint. This is actually worse. This is actually worse than Pete Carroll with the Raiders. This is actually worse than Pete Carroll with the Raiders. At least with Pete Carroll, you drafted a Gentee. You realized that you didn't have a quarterback in Geno Smith, right? But tanking for what? Because guess what? If you tank, man, you're going to have to hire a new coach. That's it, Big G. I said I was concerned about Art making this decision. Who's your daddy? I won't watch a game or support this. He definitely got to be booed. All facts. For all you people out there that was riding Mike Tom, fire Tom, you should be talking about get rid of Rooney, sell the team, get rid of Rooney. Come on, man. No, I'm never going to find a new team. I'm never going to find a new team. No. But what I'm going to do, and let me be clear what I'm going to do. What I am going to do is assassinate. And that's a literal figurative term, so that's not a threat. But I'm telling you, every opportunity I got to talk bad about Art Rooney III, to talk bad about them hiring a Mike McCarthy, I'm going to destroy them. They have this much room. The minute we lose 1 or 2 games in a row, fire him. The minute we do it. The minute that he looks like Mike Tomlin, fire him. Facts, D Steele, for the $199, we appreciate you. Sell it. Sell it. Sell the team. Now listen, Claude, Tomlin sucked. I don't disagree. But Mike McCarthy? Claude, in what world is Mike McCarthy a better coach than Mike Tomlin? That's a Matrix-worthy comment, Claude. In what world is Mike McCarthy better than Mike Tomlin? In what world? Nowhere. Mike McCarthy had Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott. Mike Tomlin had Big Ben, and that was it. Mike McCarthy had all kinds of pieces at wide receiver, at running back, at defense. Mike McCarthy laid eggs in playoff games. If you don't believe me, we got Cowboy fans that's in the chat. Ask the Cowboy fans how much they actually think about what they actually think about Mike McCarthy. Ask them. They know he's a horrible coach, but you hired him anyway. Tomlin left this franchise. No, this ain't on Tomlin, bro. This ain't on Mike Tomlin. This is on, let's shift the narrative. Mike Tomlin Pontius Pilated this, dog. This is on Art Rooney. This is an Omar Khan hire. He made some good draft picks, but yes, Omar Khan gonna get fired. Claude Bishop said he beat him in Super Bowl. Okay. Let's talk apples to apples. He beat him in the Super Bowl, but that was the last time he sniffed a Super Bowl. That was, matter of fact, that's damn near the last time he sniffed a playoff win in 2010. Let's be clear. He's 11-11 in the playoffs. Let's be clear. I know his record. I know all about this guy. Yeah, Big Ben wanted him. Who the hell has been Big Ben? Who the hell is Big Ben? Let's be clear. Big Ben don't get no check from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And listen, tweet, cut this out, post it to his social media. Who in the hell is Big Ben? Big Ben don't work for the Steelers. Big Ben got just as much stuff to do as I do. He was a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he don't make no organization moves at all. So, because Big Ben won it. Oh, so what? So what, man? What's it say? We gave him yeah, correct. They're not going to, but guess what, Randy? They're not going to get George Pickens back. George Pickens is done with the Steelers, bro. Crash out this whole year. Sell the team. Very disappointing. Claude, 8-12 versus 11-11, that's not any difference, Claude. That's a C versus a C minus. That's what the hell are you talking about? That's a C versus a C minus. They both in the C's. That's a C versus a C minus. 11-11 versus 8-12 is a C versus a C minus. No NFC championship games. Let's be clear. No, he's not. Mark McCarthy's not a good coach. Hey, man, I know. Listen, I passed the joint. I know, bro. I know. We don't want George Pickens back. No, and they're not. For all the years he's saying, well, McCarthy will go back and they'll go get George Pickens. No, they're not. They're not. I'm not. Yes, correct. This is a hiring coach specifically represents correct. Setting the franchise. This is not setting the franchise straight. This is actually taking the franchise back. Matter of fact, man, I'm about to put your comment back up. You're going to the Matrix for this. There's no way in hell this redirection sets the franchise in the right direction. You've lost your damn mind, Aaron.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
But oh well, if you got gold, you got gold.
Crazy, man. You're right. I am crazy.
Talking about this sets the franchise in the right direction. In what direction? To be 9-7 or 9-8 and 10-7 again? Psst, please. Or worse. All the Yankees that hate Mike Tomlin. And listen, I had an issue with him, but guess what? We didn't have no losing seasons. I promise you McCarthy gonna get a losing season. If it ain't this year, it's next year. I promise you. He gonna get a losing season. If it ain't this year, it's next year. I promise you. It's gonna happen. So what are we talking about here? What facts? The base call for this, Flores, Weavers, and Shieldhouse would have been a problem. They would have been a great coaches. They would have been great coaches. Man, what did I do? You said it set the franchise. Reiterate your statement, man. I'll read it again. McCarthy needs a DC. McCarthy needs prayer, is what McCarthy needs, Mod. He needs prayer. He said, I'm not defending McCarthy, but how much of his coaching in Dallas and how much was Jerry Jones involved? Nothing. Mike McCarthy was a horrible. You know what? Mod, respond to that. Thank you. Thank you. We're screwed for a long time because Rooney said it's okay to be. Yes. Yeah. It does feel like a buddy hire. It does, bro. It does. Oh, the draft is going to be diabolical, Roland. The draft, oh my God. The draft in April is going to be unbelievable. You talking about booing a franchise. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're going to have to kill the audio. They're going to have to kill the audio. They're going to have to kill it. Because what you know what's going to happen? You're going to constantly hear the Pittsburgh Steelers trade. You're going to constantly hear it. The Pittsburgh Steelers trade. And they're going to keep trading backwards and keep trading backwards and keep trading backwards. And you're going to be like, what in the hell? Because that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. I'm telling you right now, I've already called it from a G. Stradamus standpoint. They're going to take those 12 picks. They're going to trade them off. They're going to get old, wily veterans. Guys that McCarthy's comfortable with, guys that Rodgers is comfortable with. They're going to use that free agent money to try to re-sign all the guys that they currently had, and they're going to set the franchise back 5 years. I'm telling you already it's going to happen, man. I'm telling you all right. All right. Yeah, yep, facts. Yeah, no, that's not let's be clear. That's rumors, dog. Manny mindfulness. That's rumors. Let's be clear. We don't spread rumors like that. Does the draft plan change now that Mike is on? Man, no. Well, absolutely it does. Listen, I've already talked to Big B. He talking about shutting down the channel. Big B talking about shutting down Steelers Almighty. He's talking about shutting it down. He's really talking about shutting it down because he can't take it. We're going to go live here in a few minutes over there. So be ready. Remember the move a grumpy old man? Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Another Kenny Pickett. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Yes, I would have took McDermott before I took McCarthy. Oh my God. I would have took McDermott. Let's be clear. I would have took McDermott before I took Mike McCarthy. I would have. It makes no sense. Oh, y'all, I'm hurt. I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. I just can't. I just can't, man. Mod, yes. There we go, Mod. Jerry was involved, but Mike made questionable clock management calls and continued mishandling of talent. Offensively, he will lean on Rodgers. He runs option routes, which is old for the NFL. When Mod's talking about option routes, they're called choice routes. What it means is they call 3 plays in the huddle. The wide receiver figures out how he can beat the defensive back covering him off the line of scrimmage, or the wide receiver runs into a zone. How many times did we see Rodgers going off on his wide receivers for not being in the right place? Do you really think that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a bunch of wide receivers that can run choice routes and option routes and zone routes? No. No. They don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have that, bro. They don't have that. I would have taken Stefanski. No, I wouldn't have took Stefanski. Hell no. But I would have took McDermott, right? Yeah, horrible. Yeah, I wasn't happy with Tomlin, but yes, facts. Rodgers is an egomaniac. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Yeah, they might as bring in Phillip Rivers as the coach. They might as well have done it. A high school coach. High school coach bringing him in. Yeah, it hurts my soul. Feels like you're ready to clock out for the weekend and your manager says you got to come in on Saturday. That's exactly what happened. Matter of fact, your manager said you got to work all week. G93-209, man. Rodgers probably was in on this because he can't find a quarterback job. That's total facts. Oh, I guarantee you. But Rodgers is going to sign back with the Steelers, but it'll be in June. Rodgers will sign back in June. He'll sign back in June. And we're going to be in limbo and not know what we're going to do. He's going to sign back in June because he loves the attention. He loves the trauma. He's going to sign back in June, maybe even in July, which will be even more diabolical. So they're going to try to build a roster for a quarterback that might not even be there. This is so diabolical. He said, I'll take Bill Cowher out of the studio. Facts. Bill Cowher been off the snide for a minute. I take him. Come on, man. I'm bringing. No, hell no. No, absolutely not. Hell no. They couldn't wait 2 days to get Shula. Jason, I mean, let's be clear. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait, man. They couldn't wait, man. Come on, man. What he said, man, the comments is floating. This page is floating right now. I would have hired James Harrison before McCarthy. Yeah. Facts. Reginald Rivers said, give me Claude Bishop over McCarthy. Give me Claude as the coach. Damn, that's diabolical. 83% of people don't know anything about football. That's facts, bro. They're big XL. That's facts. I've been listening to channels for months, and I supported this. You're trying to call me out for something I didn't say. I live in Pittsburgh. Now, I know you're a fool. Pick up a book and take an English class. No, well, Aaron, you can say that, Mr. Aaron. However, that coaching hire was trash. So whatever you were trying to say, let's be clear. There's no way you can tell me that this was a good hire for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. And a book, I mean, do you have a degree? Because I sure do. So talking about who's educated and who's not, let's be clear. Let's be clear, right? This move possibly could have set us back 10 to 15 years. Yep. 174, 122, and 2 regular season record over 18 years. Our non-losing season lives on. Randy, in what world do you think? In what world do you think? Still a girl? I know I'm sick too, girl. I'm sick. Diesel, I'm sick. I'm sick. And listen, I agree with what Tate says. Jay's upper teeth, man. What's cracking, man? Jay, good to see you, bro. If they bring in the Shilhas or they bring in Morris, yeah. But, bro, that's even more diabolical. That means that they didn't even give Tomlin what he needed. You're going to give McCarthy what he needed, but not give Tomlin what he needed? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's crazy, Luke Cage. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, learn your team, buddy. Do some research. Oh, I know my team. I've been a Steeler fan since 1977. How long you been a Steeler fan, young fella? I've been a Steeler fan since 1977 and counting. 1977 and counting. So come on now. You do a little bit of research, young fella. Claude Bishop. Well, okay. You can say all you want to, Claude, about the whining, but guess what? They still suck. They still suck. And Claude, trust me, the minute they get to doing what I know they're going to do, I'm Claude, in the Matrix. In the Matrix you go. In the Matrix you live, Claude. You live. Seems sketchy, too fast of a hiring. That's facts. That's facts. Or no, he said, no, I was talking about the guy you was coming out at. Yeah, correct. He said, no, I was talking about the guy you was coming at. That wasn't for you, my friend. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. It's diabolical. They're diabolical. That dude called me out talking about you get an education and all whatever else. Yeah, I got an education, all right. I got an education in stillerdom. I've been doctored in stillerdom. Let's be clear. I've been doctored in stillerdom. Doctored in stillerdom. 1972, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 1972, that's what I'm talking about. Steelers fan, 1975, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got a bunch of people that's done got some time, man. Yeah, man, that's what man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I feel you. That's what my birth certificate say. For sure. Yeah. He said he got to go get a new golf bag. Damn, bro. Damn. Randy Wagner. Man, y'all, I gotta go. I'll be live sometime today over on Steelers Almighty with a rant with Big B because I got to see his reaction. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel before you leave. You don't have to get a paid membership, but if they're available, you can get paid memberships to support the channel. But if you haven't subscribed, because we're trying to continue to build content over here concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Know It Alls podcast channel. Man, thank all you guys for rocking with us today, man. Listen, I'm telling you, I feel some kind of way. I'm going to continue to feel some kind of way. Thank you guys for rocking with us. I appreciate all y'all for being over here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed on your way out, man. As for Big G of the Know It Alls podcast, Tay-Boy Fresh, and the rest of my new diabolical crew that I have over here, thanks all you guys for rocking with us. Y'all, we're going to be moving furniture and having a lot to talk about over the next couple of weeks. Have a great Saturday. Stay warm and stay careful because if you're in the United States of America, unless you're on the West Coast, the storm is diabolical. So stay warm, stay safe. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'll holla. Peace.